English teacher, part 35, involve students actively. Students should be actively involved as possible throughout the lesson and feel confident about themselves and their accomplishment. To ensure that they have their confidence in the success, we can have proper class management procedures. That's what goes along with the evaluation procedures, development of the successful lessons, cooperation of the teachers. Vary presentations. Think of a class that a student always looked forward and enjoyed. How did your teacher gain? If we vary our presentation and do not stick to the uniform set of the ideas and the instructions, we can make different attitudes for ourselves. We can have different methodologies for ourselves. We can certainly draw the great results. There should be the comparison and the contrast there. There should be the variety. If we only follow the suit, we are not going to have the great things over there. If we really want to have the variety will not only interact and fascinate, attract the students, but also give them more penetration of the lesson, more understanding of the lesson, and they will certainly end up with good performance, with good results. Well, now we've got a case study for varying lesson presentation. Miss Chadwick is teaching in grade 2 class to count by fives. She asked the children to move to the carpeted area at the back of the classroom, where she has set up a stand that displays 1 to 100 charts. When she has made sure that all the children can see the charts, she tells them what the lesson will be about and explains that it is important to know how to count by fives, because it makes telling time, counting money quicker and easier. Then pointing to the chart, Miss Chadwick shows how when counting by fives, she uses the fifth number, finding the circle in each. When she has circled several fifth numbers, she asks the children what number comes next. How do you know? After the children have identified several more numbers in the fives progression, Miss Chadwick says, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think hard and put up your hands when you have an answer. So close your eyes and listen while I read the numbers we have circled. Listen for a pattern as Miss Chadwick reads 5, 10, blah, 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 and reaches up to 40. Hands begin to go up. After pausing a few seconds, Miss Chadwick asks Mel to describe the pattern. Mel says that the pattern is made up of numbers ending at 5 and 0, then 5 and 0. So, how many of you agree with Mel? Miss Chadwick asks the children, they raise their hands and they move along with it. So this is a wonderful case study and activity where the students have come along with very good performance. Well, there are varying of stimuli as well. When we vary the stimuli, in fact, they get more attention of the students, and the students get interested into it. They develop their focus, and the focus is in fact the right thing that one needs to have. Your voice should be there with its variation and audibility, tone, and emphasis. The pictures, charts, maps, print material that you use there on your whiteboard with the films, and the movements and the gestures of the facial expression that a teacher employs there. Blocks, rods, models, displays, and other concrete teaching materials also work miracles. Well, we sometimes make the statement giving clear directions. That's what we can, in fact, support with the ideas and give it as a theory. We support the statements with the gestures. We use the movements, the kinetic variations. We shift the sense stimuli. We explain a step. We show a transparency. We tell students about the differences. We tell our students about the sound waves. We, in fact, have the shifting of the interaction from one part of the class to the other. We use questions there, and when we ask questions, the students show their readiness to deliver the answer there, and it becomes a very interesting activity. We emphasize the important point, promote the comprehension, we create the dramatic effect, we provide the time for the students, we promote class participation, we draw attention, we give students time to make their decisions, We show approvals, we show disapprovals, we recognize their participation.